people see these wars on TV, they see it on the news reports. They want to get involved in creating their own war in the community for some degree by protecting what they're doing illegally or legally. A lot of people carry guns that have legal businesses, diamond people or restaurant people. Sometimes these guns are misused. You know, guns are dangerous. They kill. Let's face it. You know, people are dying every year as we're speaking. But you know, of course they have to put some more limits on it and control on it because they get into the wrong hands. But as far as the movie making goes, it's only a movie. I don't understand why people are getting bent out of shape.
Okay.
What's the difference if it's an Italian guy shooting somebody, or a Mexican guy, or a Jewish guy, or a black guy? It's you're portraying a story. You're telling a story. If you don't want to see it, don't go to the movie. Or
It's
turn the channel.
voluntary whether
Exactly. Nobody's putting a thing on in front of you and making you look at it, just like nobody's telling you to go to church or synagogue every Saturday.
Right.
So, you know, you do what you want to do.
Right.
Maybe you want to go this week to church. Maybe you want to go to synagogue next week. You happen to have a Jewish girlfriend. Or you want to turn to Judaism. Or whatever. This is a free country. You do what you want. Just don't go waving a gun in the street and shooting people. That's all.
Right.
You know,
Right. Which some
don't even go with a fake gun because you're going to get killed.
that's going to start something too.
Keep it on a movie set, the fake guns, and incorporate the sound and make your movie. Tell your story. It's a storytelling world.
Medium, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what movies are for.
Oh, it's so violent. So when does it become not violent? Not that I'm promoting violence, but when is it not violence? When somebody's walking around with pink shoes and pink underwears? And would you want to see guys wearing it too? Because the women wear it already. So, like, you know, what are we going to make this world as? It is what it is, you know? Let's just hope that...
Well, it's interesting because a lot of these movies are based on a real-life experience. Like we were talking before the show about The Bronx Tale, which I just happened to know Chaz from when we worked at the Limelight. But that, for example, was a real story of his childhood.
Yeah.
And so...
And he told it.
Right. Regardless, it's still a real story. So,
it's a story.
Yeah.
And it's an experience.
And so I remember you saying that a couple of these movies you were in were based on true experiences also.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And, you know, Joe Goodavage told a story. You know, he comes from a gambling background. The guy was a gambler. He got Stephen Bauer to portray him. I think Stephen did an excellent job. We're still working on it. And we have Angel Solazar in it. You know who Stephen Bauer is, right? That's the guy that plays Manolo. He's the girlfriend of Pacino's sister. He's the boyfriend.
Right. Oh,
So,
man.
Yeah.
That's really...
And he's a great guy. You get to know the guy personally. He plays guitar, he sings.
It's a lovely
You see him on the screen, you know, he's cold-blooded murderer. He's running around with machine guns.
Right.
He's moving all kinds of pounds
It's a
of
lot
coke.
easier to do.
That's the great thing about acting, though, is that...
You can act like that and not have to really go home to it.
Right, exactly.
You don't have to be like what you're acting.
Exactly, right. I'm not what I portray. I'm a decent guy. I come from a good family. I have a heavy voice. They tell me I have a rough look to me. And that's why they give me these roles. So I'm one of the nicest guys you probably want to meet. You get to know me. You know, I'm not trying to sell myself to the studio here.
But it's not too rough.
Right, but you can act.
I come from a decent family, and I know what I'm made of.
I'm a boxer's nose before it was boxed. You kept it. You protected it, you know, right?
Yeah.
Which is good, so you can make use of it, you know?
Yeah, you know, they wanted to train me to fight, too, as a kid. I didn't want to fight because I know what was going to happen. They was going to make me go collect money for them.
Yeah.
Because the guys that came to me asked me, hey, we want to train you. And I knew they were involved with gambling and stuff. I'm not going to go. If I want to collect money, I want to go collect my money. Forget about your money. I don't need your 10%.
It's a big risk for somebody else's.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting my own
money. I know.
So plus, you don't want to get in trouble. I'm not a violent guy.
That's good. That's good advice. I like to take you to my school and talk to the kids because like they need advice like that.
Really? Sure.
Right, because they get.
I'll come up there and give them a talk.
Yeah.
Paul teaches in the Bronx.
Oh yeah, I'll come
I do.
up.
I teach in a poor neighborhood in the Bronx, and the kids definitely are exposed to these kind of influences.
Yeah, they get attracted to this, to the big
It
envelope
seems like
of money.
It might be easy.
Yeah.
It is easy in the beginning. Anything is easy in the beginning, but once you start to do it and live it, now you break the rules. Now you're going to get arrested or you're going to get killed.
Right.
So what's your most recent movie so we can look for it and how do we find out more about it?
I'm in a movie called Trust.
Burgo.
Yeah, I'm in a movie called Trust Me with Roberto Rizzo, and that's under construction as we're speaking. We shot a good piece of it, and we're waiting for a little more money, maybe about another $100,000 or so. So if anybody's out there wants to invest in Stephen Dash from Friday the 13th, and me, myself, and Rick Borgia, and Mario Macaluzzo, these are great actors. and quite a few of them. Gil Robbins.
What's it about? Without giving any spoilers? What's
Angel Solazar's is in that too.
Okay.
So
interesting.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say what happens to him, but I order something over the phone, and certain things happen to certain people. That's about people can't make their payments. They borrow money, and you're not borrowing it from the bank.
Trust me.
So trust me, something's going to happen.
Right. Now, do you have any interest in comedies or?
Yeah, I work with the Jerky Boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, tell me about the Jerky Boys.
Yeah. I worked with Kamal Ahmed. Yeah.
Oh, right. That was funny. Oh.
Yeah, one of them I'm affiliated with. I did 2 movies with him. I'm Uncle Freddie. You can look that on YouTube.
Okay.
Freddy.
Okay, that's interesting because I'm sure a lot of people out there in New York are big fans of Uncle Freddie and the Jerky Boys.
Yeah. No, he's good.
I mean, it's a New York.
They did a character and they put me in there. Right. And I've did another movie with him also called Raptorious. It's a hip hop horror.
Okay.
And
I love the name.
Yeah, Raptorious. And he's going to make another one in Brooklyn, and that's going to be about crime, young criminals, and he's got a little part in there for me. I think Vinny Pastore, I heard, might be in that. So be happy to work with you, Vin.
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
Vinny's good.
Now, isn't it interesting to work with the same director over and over?
Yeah,
that's something I like to do too.
Yeah, you become a bonded nation.
And you really get used to somebody, and they get used to you, so that the communication is so much easier. After
Absolutely,
the
you know each other's moves.
Time, right.
Yeah, like Joe Goodavage is always yelling at me, and I keep always telling him, Joe, you don't have to yell at me. But he yells, and he likes it, and I kind of get to like it myself.
Right. You get used to people's
You got to allow for it. Nobody's perfect. Just because you're a writer or a director, you're not perfect. I'm an actor. I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect.
Well, it's also interesting.
You got to understand people.
From the point of view of the writer or director, of that they see something, and then they're trying to extract that from you.
And Joe does that.
Yeah.
That's why I allow him and his craziness.
His frustration.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Because he does bring the best out of me.
And he knows what he wants.
And he knows what he wants.
He
wrote
the thing.
thing.
For it, right?
He wrote it. He's the man. It's his project.
Right.
So exactly.
It's such an interesting.
You're answering your own questions. I like her. She's good.
She's good. Does he know is it because he knows the subject or because he knows the audience? When he writes
that I don't know, but I know he knows the subject. As far as the audience goes, that all remains to be seen. How they
you never can predict that.
You don't know that.
It's very hard to predict.
But he did win a couple. Yeah, exactly. He won a few awards. I worked with him on some other projects, and he brought the best out of me in another movie called Undertaker's Dozen. You could check that on YouTube. Okay. I'm in there with Vinnie Vella. And I did something I want to mention also against the traffic enforcement agents in New York City.
Okay.
Me and another guy, Angelo, decided to go after them. Angelo calls me up one day. He goes, Al, listen, I got a bunch of more tickets. I'm freaked out, man. Fed up. You're the man for the job. I said, what do you want to do? Flip over a couple of, traffic cars? You know. He goes, no, but I want you to go and annoy the shit out of him, and I'm going to film you. He goes, you're the only guy I know that's got the nerve to do this. So I said, all right, let's give it a shot, and we went out there, and it's called Legalized Mafia. That's what we named them.
For the guys who write the tickets.
Yeah, we gave them a new name, Legalized Mafia Agents.
Now, did you put this up on YouTube?
Yeah, no, we had it up on, we had a website going, but you could check it out on Angelo's website. Just go to Google, look on the Angelo Bonsignore, or go to Google and press legalizedmafia.com.
All right.
And search for it.
Okay, we have 20 seconds. Al Burgo, thanks for joining us.
It's 23 minutes long, so you're going to love it. If you get tickets, you'll get a kick out of it. You won't feel bad.
And we suggest everybody get on the YouTube and look it up. It's great. All right. Thank you very much, Al, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Thank you, Joan. Yeah. All right. Nice. Yeah, I'll come back if you need me. I'm here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Great.